family. If you're in or near Columbia, South Carolina, you've got to visit the House of Hathor, located at 6319 North Main Street. Open Tuesday through Saturday, it's your one-stop shop for African clothing, African masks, natural soaps, incense, candles, jewelry, and more. Plus, they've got a beautiful event space. Owned and operated by Baba Rutaski and Mama Neterma Canute. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the culture. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the movement. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the people.
Greetings, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to the House of Hathor's Libation, Liberation Lifestyle Ceremony, where we come to you with a message from the ancestors that will continue to bring us our information, our instructions that leads to knowledge and wisdom, as life and nature brings clarity and understanding. We want to make sure that we honor, acknowledge, and venerate our ancestors this day so that they may be with us, they may guide us, protect us, that they may continue to nurture us. For we are their vessels, we are their altar, and we are their temples, that their energy, spirit, and soul dwells within. But before we continue on, we want to make sure that we are cleansing, absolving ourselves from suppressions, depressions, and oppressions that have been placed upon us by man, by systemic racisms, by systemic oppressions that are against our way of life, that they are against our spirit, that they are against our souls of our ancestors, and that they are against the energy that dwells within us, that it may continue to combine us all together as the total body experience of the ancestors. So as we continue to cleanse us and absolve us of this energy that we have absorbed throughout the days, the past days, that we want to make sure that all of us are operating in harmony, in balance, and in order of our life processes that dwells within us. O great ancestor of all ancestors, we call upon you this day that you will cleanse us of all negative energies that surrounds us, that you will break all work of negative magic that is against us, that you will take away from us all envy, evil, bad luck, and invincible enemies, and that you will bring protection, peace, and prosperity into our lives, into the lives of our children, our children's children, and our children's children's children, and into the lives of our families, our homes, and our communities. Ashe. We call upon our ancestors far and near, fathers and mothers of our fathers, mothers and fathers of our mothers, to bear witness to all that we have done. And it is by your example that you continue to inspire us towards reclaiming our ancestral minds, regenerating our ancestral spirit, liberating our families, our homes, and our communities, and restoring our greatness as a people. We pour libation to bring into our midst your venerable ancestral spirit, radiating your great wisdom, your courage, your dedication, and your unyielding commitment to victory by any means necessary. It is in the honor of our Creator, the great ancestor of all ancestors, our mothers and fathers, our sisters and our brothers, our children and their children, our grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, our aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, and elders of the communities, that we pour this libation in your honor. In the honor of the Creator, the great ancestor of all ancestors, and the various manifestations of the creative spirit, we pour libation. Ashe. For our esteemed ancestors, who laid the foundation for human civilization, and who provides the wisdom to which we live and the models by which our lives are guided, we pour libation. Ashe. And for our esteemed ancestors, who suffered the atrocities and the horrors of our Ma'afa, but yet demonstrated the victorious power of the ancestral spirit by maintaining their dignity no matter the cost, we pour libation. Ashe. And for our esteemed ancestors, who survived and made it possible for us to be here today, that we continue the fight of our ancestral liberation and our vindication, we pour libation. Ashe. And finally, for our children and their children and future generations of our ancestors to come, that they too in their time will vindicate our race from all adversaries, and that they will continue to imprint upon the world the great genes of our ancestral humanity. We pour libation. Ashe. May your venerable spirit engulf this occasion to reaffirm our ancestral canity. It is done. The great ancestor of all ancestors is satisfied. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Dua Nater. So my brothers and sisters, we say Hotep, peace and power to you all this day, that the ancestors have given us the knowledge and the wisdom that we may continue to build in their likeness a better place, a better world than what we inherited. That their great energy, spirit, and soul that dwells within us, it is the collective of our ancestry that we continue to thrive upon. It is the collective of our ancestry that continues to protect us as we continue to honor them, venerate them, and acknowledge them on a daily basis. That they are the angels of life that exist within us as well as without us. And what we're speaking of today, my brothers and sisters, it is about how the spirit reproduces what is required for us to have in order for us to be true to ourselves, true to the spirit, true to the energy of the great ancestor of all ancestors, and true to the life that has been given to us as vessels, altars, and temples. We are the institution, and we are the industry and the environment of our ancestors. And as it continues to reproduce within us, as it continues to reproduce without us, that means outside of ourselves, so that we can recognize everything that is required for us to have, to build, to manifest, to generate, to reflect, and to project, all that exists within us. And that this cleansing that we're talking about today, we must continue to absolve ourselves of all negative energies that are around us. We must continue to be regenerated. We must continue to be reacclimated into what we are supposed to do and what we are designed to do. That the ancestors, they never leave us because they are a part of us. Even when we are not doing what we are required to do, they are still putting things in place so that we can recognize our true selves as spiritual beings having human experiences. And as they continue to bring forth that knowledge, that wisdom through the information and the instructions that are being delivered upon us, that we find balance, we find harmony, and we live in the order. That means the process that has been given to us. Whatever that process is for you, your process will always be different from mine or from anyone else. But it is always, will always be in balance, in harmony, and in order with our great ancestor of all ancestors, our creator, our God, whatever it is that you call it. It will always be in balance, harmony, and order with that entity that dwells within each and every one of us. Because just as long as you have the breath of life, which is spirit in human form, your breath of life is spirit in human form, because you're the one that is receiving the breath, and then you give breath. That breath that you have, it is the essence of life that dwells within you. That means every word, every thought, every action that you commit yourself to, and that breath of life is within you, you are transferring it to others when you have your conversations with them. So we have to be very specific and very intentional in our conversations that we have with people, because we are transferring energy with each other with that breath of life. And that helps us to reproduce the essence of life that dwells within us when we're sharing the breath of life with each other. That is the reproduction of spirit. That is the reproduction of energy. That is the reproduction of soul that has been dwelling within you through all of your ancestry since the beginning of time all the way up until today. It continues to reproduce. It continues to regenerate. It continues to remanifest. It continues to reduce itself into your vessel, into your body, into your soul, your spirit. It reduces itself so that it may be within you, so that you may be regenerated, so that you may be reinstituted and reindustrialized for the purpose of making life better for yourself, for your family, and for your community. So let us continue to recognize the essence of life that dwells within us. Let us continue to recognize ourselves as spiritual beings having human experiences. And as we continue to recognize ourselves and absolve ourselves from all these things that has been placed upon us, that we will be strengthened, we will be empowered, and we will be revitalized in the essence of life that dwells within us. So we say peace and power to you all this day. Let us have a wonderful day. Let us have a continuous, harmonized, balanced, and ordered way of life as vessels, altars, and temples of our ancestors, as vessels, altars, and temples of the great ancestor of all ancestors, our God, our benefactor, our regenerator, the essence of life that dwells within all things, and that life and nature, our true brothers and sisters, continues to bring us clarity as well as understanding. So we say peace and power to you all this day, my brothers and sisters, and ashe to our ancestors.